best player in the NBA, Nikola Jokic. Now, Jokic has been getting a lot of flack recently. And that is because what I have on the screen right now, his last 3 games. Jokic in the last 3 games, last night he had 27 points. Night before he had 20. Night before he had 17. On 40, on 7 from 22 from the field, 31%. 8 from 25 from the field, 32%, and 6 from 16 from the field on 37%. He's also been horrific from three-point range. This game we went to overtime. He had no threes made. Last night he went 2 for 8, and in game 2 he went 2 for 4. Now, couple of things we'll talk about Jokic. One, I think this brings a conversation of what happens when Jokic goes against an all-time defense. Because the thing that I have been high on Jokic about is his ability to play and his ability to turn up in the playoffs. But something that Jokic hasn't really faced, and that's not really his fault, that's due to him going against these certain teams, is a defense like Oklahoma City Thunder. Because a lot of people aren't really flat Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder are an all-time great defense. They just are. They have all-time great defense numbers. Now, if you don't think that's the case, whatever. But the Thunder's ability to not have the Nuggets have that much spacing, because you have Russell Westbrook out there, which he's actually shooting efficiently for the field. I don't know why. But anyway, your ability to have the Nuggets to not have that much spacing, which Jokic pride off of. He's literally great at exploiting space and allowing himself to get to the paint. So you have other 7-footers like Shea, and you have Isaiah Hartenstein playing you back, playing you good in space, and not allowing you to do any playmaking roles. It allows you to tap into something that you don't really know that you have. And that's what separates all-time greats from superstars. Your ability to play against all-time great defenses and be able to adapt. So I think this is his first good test. And you can probably say, oh, the team is not that good. That's why, the team is not good. That's why Jokic can't really play that well. Well, I could say that the team is not as good as it was when won the NBA championship, but this team is still good. I still think Oklahoma Thunder will beat this team eventually, but this team can still contend. It's still a good team. And it's not like Jokic is playing bad because of his teammates. Jokic is actually shooting horrible. Like, he's shooting 7 for 22, 8 for 25, 6 for 16. That is really bad efficiently. Yes, he's getting the rebounds. Yes, he's scoring. But you having a negative 36 plus minus. I'm not a plus minus guy like that because I know how plus minus works. But when you have a negative 36 on the floor and you're the best player, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yes, they did get blown out. But if you have a negative plus minus, but you're efficient, then that negates plus minus, because we all know the other side of it people don't talk about. But if you have a negative plus minus and you're actually shooting horrible, and I watched you play, then you play bad that game. So it's crazy how we was ready for Shea versus Jokic, because those are 2 MVPs for real. Really, for real. I still have Shea due to how the MVP voting has went before. I have Shea, but I think Jokic is a better player. And we're watching a mid-off. We're watching 2 players who's supposed to be excellent, and they're playing mid. That's how it is. I really don't know what to say. Really, we can talk about every player in the Western Conference right now, besides the Warriors, because they don't have their best player. But Anthony Edwards not playing that well as well. I'm glad the last game, even though they beat my Warriors, the last game he played better in the fourth quarter, and they need that because they was only up by 2 or down by 2, whatever the other one was. And I'm glad they helped him out. But it seems like these best players need, when they go against the defense like that, they have to adapt to it. So when it comes to Jokic, I don't think this conversation needs to change. I still have him as the best player in the NBA. I don't think that really needs to change for me. And I think it's definitive, especially by the historic numbers he puts up in the regular season. But I think what Jokic is going to understand this series, and it's kind of crazy that a player has to understand something that he should be already knowing, but players still grow and adapt. I think Jokic is going to understand how to play against defenses like this. Because a lot of people are just saying, oh, Jokic is lazy, Jokic is being lackadaisical. You can't, that's not a good excuse for a superstar player to lead your team. If you're playing horrible and it's because you're due to him being tired, bro, you're just talking. Again, Jokic, I still think is the best player in the NBA. I think he still will be even after this season. Giannis, he contended for that spot a little bit, but that's just me though. But I think Jokic is learning how to adapt to all-time great defenses. Now, one more thing that I want to talk about.